Just came back from Miami this week. Had the pleasure of attending the Intelligent Automation Exchange event, and wanted to provide you a few thoughts and findings or notes from the meeting that I observed. One of the really great presentations we got to see was Cassie from the Google, who is our chief decisions scientist, and she had a really interesting presentation where she brought a completely different perspective. So she wasn't there to talk about machine learning and artificial intelligence in terms of a feature function, but she really was bringing it from a kind of a developer's perspective, a data scientist's perspective. And her whole presentation was really talking about how this was changing the way that humans interact with computers. And she wasn't bringing in kind of a here comes the robots, but she was really about talking about how this new way of interacting was going to occur. And so one of the main points she made is, hey, with humans, we use examples all the time to communicate. And what she was suggesting is that we go forward here, computers are going to have something similar. They're going to be able to take patterns or their examples or things they can observe and turn those into useful ways of getting work done. And so I think that was a really exciting conversation that she had there. And again, it wasn't about the technology, but it was the way it was going to change the world, if you will, from a development standpoint. We also heard a number of practitioners speak, and the practitioners are all starting to mature. If you heard them a couple of years ago, they were very, very much about getting started. Now they're very much about getting scaled up, and so they are really thinking about things that are going to allow them to go from kind of trials and proof of concepts to much more elaborate implementations. They still have to worry about building the business case. They're still worried about, hey, how do I get around some of the obstacles? And so some of the things I heard were the development of innovation funds. Some of the fun things that we heard out there was, hey, organizations are trying to get empowerment with the teams by naming the robots. Another one equally fun was, hey, maybe we shouldn't just name the robots, but we should rename the humans. And so we're giving them interesting job titles that are more reflective of not what they used to do, but what they need to do in the future. And so one of the cool titles I heard was Analytics Ninjas. And so I'm almost scared to kind of meet one of these analytics ninjas, but it kind of maybe it'd be fun and exciting as well. So the session that I participated in, I was on a panel session with Holly from IDC and Carlton from Gartner. We were asked to talk about the digital transformation initiatives that are going on within enterprises. And so we started out talking about a framework that we use, a digital capability platform. We talked about all the layers of digital and the components and the different vendors that are playing in this space, and really talked about how that's playing out inside of our organization. And, one of the questions came up was around ownership. Who owns the digital transformation? Is it the function? Is it the business operations? Is it the business shared services organization? Or is it the IT organization? And our conclusion was, yes, they all own a part of it. At the same time, nobody actually owns the whole thing. And so it's a very complex set of dynamics inside of an organization that needs to be well thought out, and process ownership needs to be established. And there's going to be some top-down initiatives. There's going to be some bottom-up grassroots initiatives. So we spent some time talking about that. We also talked about AI, and we felt one of the topics we talked about is how vendors are really using AI on almost every situation. And so we talked about it kind of as AI peanut butter, where they're spreading it on almost all the different opportunities and services of vendors. And we've been actually talking about AI peanut butter here, and we were down at our local store and we found some AI peanut butter here that's chunky and delicious. And so, we had a little bit of fun around the AI peanut butter concept. We talked a little bit about workforce agility and, the changing dynamics within the enterprise, and how the reskilling and changing of skills, and the fact that a lot of the reality is today that the best people for the job are actually going to be the ones that you have in place that know the business. They just need to be refreshed with skills, and maybe some interjections of talent into the mix. So the meeting notes, if you click the link, you can get access to those. And we'd also encourage, we've got another link that we've provided to another research project we're working on, which is around what we call our RPA Pinnacle, something we've done in the past, and we're updating it for some of the new and intelligent automation. And the Pinnacle studies are ones that compare enterprise to enterprise. And what we're really looking for is to understand the capabilities that enterprises are putting in place so they get the best outcomes that are possible. So click the link to there, and we appreciate your participation, and thank you.